You are listening to the Beasty Bish Podcast, presented by Painless Podcast. Hey, this is Desmond Bishop, aka Beasty Bish. I would like to tell you about the Beasty Bish Foundation. My foundation is geared toward the betterment of our youth. After all, the children are the future. So I've decided to dedicate a portion of my life to help make other less fortunate kids' lives just a little more fulfilling. I'm a firm believer that whom much is given, much is required. To find out more about the Beasty Bish Foundation, visit my site at desmondbishop55.com. In this episode, I talk with my former Cal teammates and two of my closest friends, LaVelle Hawkins and Worrell on the upcoming NFL draft and reminiscing on our own experiences. This is a two-part episode. In part one, we talk about our draft memories and dive into who we think the 49ers should take at number 3. In part two, we talk about what we would have done differently in our draft preparation process and the advice we would give upcoming players who will be drafted and some of the people who won't be. What's up, fellas, man? First of all, thanks for joining me on this podcast. Here with me, we have yours truly, LaVelle Hawkins, and the ace boom coon Worrell Williams. But I would like for y'all to just introduce yourselves real quick, man, and state your name, where you from, player, let the people know.
All right, well, I'll go first. I'm Worrell Williams. I'm born and raised Sacramento, still here in Sacramento. I went to University of California, Berkeley, and played 4 years there, and moved back here to Sacramento and got into education. Now I'm running daycare with my wife, and still good friends with guys like LaVelle Hawkins and Des, and yeah, man, still into this football deal, watching football every day, watching the draft, and excited about the future.
Well, you got LaVelle Hawkins here, Mr. 209, Stockton, California himself. Went to UC Berkeley with Desmond Bishop and my boy Dub. I'm back at home in Stockton, California, coaching high school football with Desmond. I'm just coaching. I got a facility that I just opened up here in Stockton, California as well. So just staying busy.
What's up, man?
That's what's up. So yeah, I do have to let the people know who listening that for my first podcast, I picked two of my good friends, guys I've been knowing for years and years, and guys I shared the battlefield with. So we have a special bond. But not only that, just after sports, just our progression as men and all of our new knowledge and all of our spiritual enlightenment and all of that, we kind of been all on that journey as well. So yeah, I am kind of biased. I did pick my friends and they from California. We kind of like a triangle: Sac, Stockton. I'm from San Francisco, but live in Fairfield, Vacaville area. So yeah, I'm biased. I pick my friends for this first. I ain't picking somebody that everybody want to know. Hey, nope. These my guys. He's the guy.
No new friends.
No new friends.
I'm gonna have a podcast with just my friends on there. Like you ain't gonna go find nobody interesting. Nope, my friends. Be the most interesting people you can know
In the world.
But nah, man. So thank y'all for coming on. So this, I guess, it's the draft coming up shortly, and I know both of y'all, you had that experience with having to dealing with the upcoming draft. Can y'all give me y'all perspective or y'all experiences leading up to the draft? Start with you, Hawk.
So when you say leading up to the draft, over trains, all that type of stuff, or just like the draft? Like just the draft stuff, like that couple days. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Take me to. Actually, I gotta. So everything I want to do, I want it to be a story, right? So you gotta tell me the story. So what was the first moment that understanding that, all right, you got a real shot to get drafted? Like, what was that story? Do you remember like where you were, how that came into your mind, like that spark?
Yeah. I mean, first of all, I've always known that I was going to get drafted. Just know that. You know what I'm saying? I've always believed that. I never, not once believed it. You know what I'm saying? Things didn't go well early on, but I knew. But the story that I can tell you is this. I remember my junior year. My junior year was toward, it was after my junior year, going to the summer. I remember I was sitting down with an agent. I was sitting down with my guy, Rudy Padilla. And he had a little agent dude, and he had our numbers up on there. And I was like the 100th receiver or something like that on the board. And I remember sitting there, and I'm like, Rudy, watch, bro. I'm going to be the number one receiver. Watch. So I told him that in the summer. So I worked my butt off. And all through the summer, did everything I could possibly do. And I remember the first 4 to 5 games, I was hot. I was going crazy. Didn't drop no balls, making plays, doing whatever I can do to be that number one guy. And I remember, and this is why people said, don't be reading your news clippings, man. So I never read the news clippings and whatnot. And so one day I seen some stuff where Mel Cotton was like, I got LaVelle Hawkins, my number one senior receiver. And so I'm like, yeah, you already know. You know what I'm saying? Like, you better act like you know. You know what I'm saying? Then I called around like, Rudy, I told you, buddy, he's just a sword. You know what I'm saying? I'm the guy, right? And so, boy, I did that. The next week came, I think I dropped my first ball in about 5 games and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just not saying downhill, but I kind of got distracted. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like I shouldn't have even read that and looked at that stuff, but I was just so proud because I said that I'm that dude.
I remember that. Like it was yesterday, bro. We was talking. He was like, I told you, Dub.
Like, you know, and I take pride in, like, if I say something, I got to do everything in my power to go do that because then I think my friends going to look at me like, this dude fraud. He a fraud. He should be talking. No, I don't.
Yeah.
I meant everything I said.
Yeah. You know, that's important. I think that's important. Why, like, for me too, like why you my friend, right? And I think in any relationship, it's the consistency. It's like if you say who you are, then just be who you are every time. Because the moment you go off, it's like, I don't know, like that's not the brand that I trust.
Yeah, like, for real.
Right, you know, I'm always searching for a liar. You know what I'm saying? And stuff, because I pay attention. As silly as I am, I'm silly, and you think I ain't paying attention. I'm listening, and I heard you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm putting this in my back pocket to say, as soon as you mess up, hit him in the face with this.
Yeah, man, I don't think people want to be held up to that type of scrutiny, you know, like.
No, people can't deal with that, though. You know, I'm learning that. Remember, we had our conversation the other day, and I said, you know, we talked about stuff. I'm like, man, I need to change who LaVelle is some because I'm too rough. I'm too raw and uncut. And everybody don't want to know the truth.
Yeah.
Everybody don't. And so I'm learning that because for myself, I'm like, man, tell me the truth, bro. You can hurt my feelings. And if you did, I'll be touched. I get over it. But the truth is the truth to me. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man.
And so with that type of mindset, do you think it has any correlation to why when you say, like, I'm going to be number one, that since you said it now, you hold yourself to that standard because that's your standard in life in general?
Yes. Yeah. I agree. Like, I'm a firm believer of, like, dude, if you say this, you know what I'm saying, you really, really have to do it. So the funny part, I'm going to say another funny story, which another good friend of all of ours, Saquon Thompson, right? Saquon Thompson is another smart dude, right? He like, Sid is real smart. And so I remember Sid telling me, he was like, yeah, man, something. I never used to talk trash, you know what I'm saying, to you, Hawk, for real. Because I already know once I start talking and then I get you going, it's like your game elevate. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't be out here telling you I'm finna do you and then don't do you. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I break my neck or something trying to do you because I said I was going to do you or something. Like we coaching this. So, I'm going to round him up. You feel me? Blah, blah, blah. And you don't do it, I'm upset.
Yeah.
Like, and so now I got to figure out a way to control that because I was this way when the kids get talking like, Coach, I'm gonna rock him right quick. You didn't, and you lied to me. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, it's kind of like that clip. I just watched the Jay-Z the other day. I posted on Instagram where he said most of the people are watching the end result. So that young man that you feel me that's talking that trash, he saw somebody talk trash just like that, and he's emulating it. But that dude put in the work for that. Like
yeah, right, facts.
You know what I mean? And they just so yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, man. So I kind of went all the way off track. You know what I'm saying? My bad, bitch.
Nah. You're not on track at all. This is what it is. Now the draft just got us to that topic.
Yeah, got us going.
Good. So now if we want to go back, like let's talk about right. You talked about your experience, kind of leading up. What gave you that push to know you was gonna get drafted? Then Mel Kiper, you kind of read your press clippings, which is good, right? So you got the mental toughness that you have to have when you have success is important. Like it's just as valuable as when the mindset that you need when you don't have it. But
exactly.
But success is hard. Like, you know what I mean? Like they say, it's easy to make it, it's harder to keep it. And so that's huge. But so once you figure that out, like, all right, I'm about to get drafted, then what was your process? Like, as far as like, did you have to find an agent now? Like what?
So I knew I was going to be drafted. The end of the year came. I traveled to Arizona. So I went to Arizona, and I was up there with a lot of the top athletes, Keith Talib, Ryan, what's the quarterback for the Falcons?
Matt Ryan? Him right here?
I'm saying Matt.
That's him
right here?
Matty Ice, Devon Beth. You know what I mean? Like, we was up there with guys. You know what I'm saying? So it was all the guys up there. And I'm like, I need to be there wherever the guys is at, because I know the type of person that I am. So I need to be around them. I need to see them. And I need to just be next to them. And so I was up there. We was up there for a few months, training, just like we all do. Training, combine stuff,
You know what, Monet? Why you here? No,
Quiet though. You're making too much noise.
So yeah, I trained up there. You know what I'm saying? Then a lot of the seniors, which we were seniors, we had to go to the senior bowl. And I remember telling all the boys, because you had Keith Talib and all the boys that was there too. And so I remember telling them, like, bro, don't guard me at the Senior Bowl, right? Don't guard me, because we all supposed to be family. We be like, we boys, right? And so what's the boy that went to USC, dog?
High school from
the corner.
Right.
Number 2, or 21. Like he was.
You talking about right? He was arguing.
It was somebody else.
Went to USC.
Huh?
He went to USC as a corner?
He went to USC. He was a corner. He was kind of tall.
I know he's talking about
Taylor Mays.
I'm about to look it up.
Light skin, bro.
Yeah.
Thomas, right?
Thomas.
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 So we up there training, doing all this stuff, and I said, hey man, don't guard me at the Senior Bowl, because I'm gonna be turned up. You know what I'm saying? Like, we gotta stick together. Like, we have to stick together here, because we are API, blah, blah, blah. And this fool Tom is the first one that jumps up and guards me. And Abby, you know what I'm saying?
Go ahead.
I catch the ball, I throw it back at him. You know what I'm saying? I catch and give it back. Catch that. That's yours.
He must have wanted that.
No, he wanted the issue. I'm like, bro, because I want to say we had went through some stuff at practice. We was talking trash or something. I talked dirty to him or something. He didn't want to get in the hot tub with us. In the cold tub. But it was kind of crazy shit. So I told him, like, fam, whatever happened, it's all good. Don't guard me though. He hops out there like he gon', you know what I'm saying? Hard turned up. I already said I was gonna be turned up for this. Out there, I'm embarrassed to, you know what I mean? And it was on from there. So my stock kind of went up for that too. My Senior Bowl, I had a great Senior Bowl. And so we get through all that. So I'm going to fast forward to the draft, you feel me? And this is the day where they switched it on hella days. Remember, we went from like 1 day or 2 days or 3 days?
Yeah.
And so I remember watching it. And you know when you watch the draft, you start seeing names that you never seen before.
Oh, yeah. Kevin Thomas. Kevin Thomas.
Right.
Is that his name? I don't know his name.
Yeah, Kevin Thomas. I had to figure out his name. I think it's Kevin Thomas. Yeah.
I think it's a different name in the front, but whatever.
It is. It's not. I don't think it's Kevin.
It's not Kevin Thomas?
It's something else. But
he had a good career though. He had a long good career.
He was solid. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, that's what it was. We was talking shit at API. We was talking trash. He was like, man, we did something. We beat y'all, something. I was like, bro, you had a diaper on you the whole game, big guy. You wasn't guarding us. You had safety up all day long, you know. I'm like, I'm talking crazy to him.
Oh, diaper. That's what I mean. Yeah, safety. You got the help.
Yeah, diaper on you. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so my draft experience was crazy because I was expecting to go higher than what I went 4th round. You know what I'm saying? Then no receivers went in the 1st round that year. I don't know if y'all remember that.
I remember that too.
But I remember even I'm waiting on like D-Jack and all them. You know what I'm saying? Donnie Avery and all them boys. And so like cats didn't go off to the 2nd round. And so I really I didn't have a real good experience with it. I was upset the whole time. You know what I'm saying? But now looking back on it, I'm thankful, I'm grateful for the opportunity to be drafted. You know what I mean? Because a lot of cats that didn't get drafted. So, when I'm sitting around with my friends, I probably tell them, like, yeah, dog, I really went 3rd round. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody went first.
And nobody went first.
I really went 3rd, fam.
You ain't got to give us that old political correct. Yeah, I'm just thankful because I finally got called.
No, I'm pissed off. Fuck all that.
You ain't got to do that shit on this podcast. You can keep it 1,000. Fuck me. Yeah. Because I had the same experience you had in the sense and I went 6th round, and my experience was a little bit different. I was so like naive to the process, to the entire process. Like even from high school, like I didn't understand like the process of getting into college and getting a scholarship. I just knew that, hey, if I play better than everybody else, then all of that stuff will come. But that wasn't ever like my goal. It was always I was just so happy to just play in that game, whatever game it was. I'm just excited to play and be the best that I could be in this game. And I can't wait till the next one come. Like, so that I kind of took that process where I just knew that if I did good in this game and I do good in the next game, and then all of that stuff will kind of fall into place. And so after I felt like I did good, and then I'm like, okay, I'm looking up now, like, okay, things are starting to fall in place because I see it falling in place for these other people around me who's lesser than me. So now I'm finally kind of like, okay, so when does my turn come? And then when I got in that process, it was like, oh yeah, man, you're not good enough. Like you basically didn't do enough to get to our school, and mainly Reno, and we went up to that camp, I think 3 years in a row, and as a sophomore, the 2 varsity dudes in front of me got hurt, and I ended up playing the first day and ended up getting MVP of the camp. I got MVP of the camp 3 years in a row, and this is all the schools around SAC and all, so I'm like, if nothing else, Reno is like, you didn't make the cut, basically. So I was like, wait, I know I've been ingrained in football every game. I haven't even been thinking about college and NFL. I've been just in tune with the game so much that I know who good and who not. And I'm one of the, if you trying to win, then I'm the guy that you want to put on your team. Like, if this is about, and that's how I know to this, like now that I'm awake to more things, it ain't about winning 99% of the time. So it's just not. It's a business, and we're gonna get into that later. Yeah. But so I was naive to the draft process in that sense. And that was my high school experience. And then same thing with college. I was just like, just play good. And I know you get drafted, right? The NFL will come calling and you go play in the NFL. Like, and so, did the same thing in college, like play good, play hard. So then I get the Pac-10 leading tackler. I'm doing all of these things like, okay, all right, let's go. Now what's going on now? Because now I see people getting there, they got this big time agent and they projected to go to here, Mel Kiper talking about them. So now I'm looking like, all right, same thing. Like, where's my turn at? Like, how does this work? Like, do I need to talk to somebody or are they watching the film? Or like, what do I need to do? Like, to know this? Like, cause I'm watching everything. I'm the best. Like, put me in a conversation, but it was never, that wasn't the case. But I knew this is how naive I was. I knew, or I thought that I was like, I'm going first round. It was a game, it was like the draft before, and AJ Hawk, Ohio State, and they were showing his highlights and they were showing why he's going to be in the first round. And I'm watching him and I'm like, oh yeah, he's good. Like, in my mind process, I'm like, oh yeah, he's good. He's good like me. You know what I'm saying? Like he got that whatever. And but it was a play. I think one of the draft dudes, Mel Kiper, one of them dudes, and it was a bootleg. Like they ran a play action, AJ shuffled with it, and the tight end went over. Like he read it. He rolled out with the tight end. The quarterback threw it right to him, and he got an interception. And they was like, this is why he's going first round. This is why he's a guy. And I remember, I just downloaded that in my mind. Then like my senior year started and it was like halfway through the season and the same play happened. And I seen it. And as I read the tight end and read it, I was like, oh, this is the same play AJ did. And this is the same play that the offense is running. In my head, I'm thinking this as I'm guarding the tight end. I'm like, oh, I got the tight end locked. Oh, quarterback about to throw it. I'm going first round with this interception I'm about to get. This is what went through my mind in the game. But the quarterback threw it too high, and none of us could catch it. And I was thinking like, damn, AJ, you lucky mug. I'm gonna throw it right to you and then throw it high. Like, I was like, all right, I might not go to the first round now, but at least like the second round, because I did the same exact. Like I'm going second round at least. And then, so that was that's when I knew. I was like, okay, I'm getting drafted high. Like that's how naive I was. But so the draft come, or the combine comes, and I don't even get invited. And I'm like, damn, what am I missing? Like you know what I'm saying? Like, shit, like. And I hate to say, I hate to like be like, yeah, I'm this and I'm that, because people be like, yeah, right. Like if you ain't starting this for a reason, or if you ain't good, then it's your fault. Like it's you. So, and I understand that. So I be pushing back with saying how good I am. Like fuck it, man. But one thing we do have to go on in anything in life is proof. And so when you play football, they record every game. So I don't have to say it. Like if you don't just go check it and go watch everybody else, and you be Mel Kiper for a week and go watch it. So with that being said, whatever draft happens, and my agent is telling me, yeah, man, it's not looking good. You probably gonna go late, and I'm like. And in my mind, I'm like, all right, I get it. I was like, but I hope that one of these coaches, somebody, whoever watched the film, just watch the film. Just watch me and could just watch the film and all of that stuff, all of the things that they say that I lack at the combine. I'm not fast. Just watch and see, have anybody ever outran me. All right. Watch. Like, don't listen to me. Just go watch. And I was just hoping in the back of my mind that somebody watch, please watch. I know they saying 6th round, undrafted, but somebody gonna watch that shit. So that was my mindset watching the draft. Like, I hope they watched. I hope they watched. The motherfuckers didn't watch.
So they want guys that's big, fast, and strong instead of saying, I want a football player that can play football. Yeah. Because we all know that there's a difference between a fast guy and a football player.
I give you some peace of mind, Des. When I was in San Francisco, I got there with Singletary, and Singletary was like, "Oh yeah, you guys that Bishop kid, huh?" I was like, "Yeah, Des." He said, "I'm gonna tell you, he was the best linebacker out of that draft, and there's no question in my mind."
Come on.
I said, "Oh yeah." He said, "Yeah." And mind you, who else was that? Who was in that draft with you? Who the first pick of that draft?
The Dick Buckets. He got Patrick Willis.
Willis was in that draft with you. You feel what I'm saying? So when he said that, I was like, and Pete Willis on the team with us. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, you feel me? So you can, you know what I'm saying? You can be at peace, bruh. You know what I'm saying?
I know. I gotta say this. Forget the draft. And I love this story. I love it with my whole heart. I remember we going to play Dez and them in Green Bay. And I'm on a bus. I talk a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? I'll be saying all kinds of stuff to everybody. And I'm riding for my partners at all times. I don't care where I'm at, right?
Oh, you was on the Titans at the time.
I was on the Titans.
Okay.
And so we going to play the Packers. Or y'all might have came to us. Y'all came to us, and then we came to y'all too as well. And so I was like, hey, man, y'all don't come out here BSing, bro. They got my boy over there, Bish. He finna come with it. And so I remember the deal kind of like, whatever. I'm like, bro, Desmond. He gonna come with it, right? Boy, listen to me. By the end of the day, I said, I told y'all. He really made look in real life. Y'all just don't know yet. You know what I'm saying? I was so juiced. I said, I told you, man. Y'all think shit's sweet and it ain't sweet.
I was on everything moving, but that's
everything.
That's every game though. Like, so if you trying to win, like what y'all? So that's how I know. And back so to this draft, and a lot of it is, it's the draft. It's a lot of political and a lot of stuff, and
it's an event.
It's an event. Yeah, it's an event. So I don't really put much stock in the draft. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know who's going to be good. Like, out of the quarterbacks, let's go off the number. Like I don't think the young quarterbacks who come from college really transition well. A lot of them, like the boy from the Bills. I think he's the real deal. Yeah, I would like to get his background on his knowledge of the game. You know what I'm saying? And what his process was like to make him that good. But if you look at it, most guys they aren't that good. The game changed. The defenders are a lot bigger, faster, stronger, a lot smarter. Windows get a little bit tighter. It's a lot of pressure now. You got a lot more money, a lot riding on it. It's hard to be a successful young quarterback. So I don't care how good you looked in college, the boy from Clemson and all of that. Like, and this is the thing. Like, I'm just show me. Like the film, every game is gonna get recorded. Every game will be recorded. We can watch and we can go over the evidence. They got stats to prove all the shit, right? And that's what. Oh, funny story. Let's backtrack a little bit, right? So I had, you know how you kind of go down that rabbit hole. You start Googling yourself. And so I went to like the PFF, the player football focus stuff. And I start actually, when I think toward the end of my career is when it first started coming out, kind of getting, big. Like, because before the game was just, you just watching, whatever. Now it's more like statistical based. Like, they can put the algorithm in and see how effective of a player you are. And I was reading an article and it was saying, something about my game. Desmond Bishop, when he on his blitzes, he gets certain amount of pressures, per rush, and his tackles are, at this close to the line of scrimmage, you know what I mean? So, so you can't be making the tackle 10 yards down the field talking about, I got a tackle. Like, they got 10 yards. Like, that's an L. But anyway, my player football focus was high. You know what I'm saying? And I was on the team with, Charles Woodson's and Hall of Famer, Nick Collins, who, if he didn't get hurt, would have been phenomenal. Clay Matthews, AJ Hawk, right? So when my PFF is like, okay, his PFF is high, I was like, I didn't really need validation for myself. I feel like I'd be lying to say that, I want the world's validation or the game's validation to a degree. But I'm learning that, you know what, I don't fucking even need their validation. Like, I got validation myself. But the PFF just proved it was saying in my 2011 season, my PFF was higher than that of Luke Kuechly, who won defensive MVP. And I was like, see, I've been trying to tell y'all, just watch. Can somebody just watch? And then I ain't got to have these conversations. Just watch. And so that's what I want with this draft. I just want to watch. Like, if you're going to be good, the boy from BYU, the boy from the small school, I don't excuse me if I slander
Trey Lance.
Lance, yeah. What's the boy from Clemson?
Lawrence.
Trevor
Lawrence.
I want them to do good. I want them to get the bag and all that and whatever. And I don't care if they get drafted first, second, third, second, all that. At the end of the day, it don't matter. Like, what matters is your body of work. Yeah. So I just want to watch their body of work, and I don't know if we can predict how good they will be. Like,
that's true, because you get on different teams, different systems.
Yeah.
Because a lot of talking about Aaron Fields. You know what I'm saying? And Fields look nice to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But depending on what offense they get in, man, who they got teaching them, how much load, how big of a load they got on them.
Right.
Yeah.
And all that shit plays a part. Because then you say some dudes are bust, and if they was in this situation, it'd be different. You know what I'm saying? So, and I totally understand that. You know what I'm saying? Because depending on where you go, it can affect. It has a big effect on performance.
But I'll say this too, though. I think it more so than now ever. It's a decent time to be a quarterback, more than ever. So I think those guys' chances are, you know what I'm saying, the arrow's pointing up for all those guys based off what they did in college and based off where the NFL is going. The game looked very similar until crunch time comes, until real, Nick Grit time comes. It changed a little bit, but the transition should be. I'm expecting. That's the thing. I'm expecting to see the transition happen pretty. You know what I'm saying? Pretty quickly.
So Doug, who you taking? Aaron Fields, the boy from BYU?
You talking about Josh Wilson or Justin Fields?
Justin Wilson, Justin Fields,
Trey Lance,
Trey Lance, Lawrence, and then you got Mac Jones.
Oh yeah, Mac Jones. Yeah,
I'm taking Mac Jones, baby.
Over all of them?
No. What you talking about? One overall?
Yeah, like rank them.
Oh, rank them? I'll go. Hey, I'm gonna throw a caveat in there. Ooh, this is tough. Trevor Lawrence is number one. Number two, bruh, it might be Justin Fields, but I like Mac Jones, and let me tell you why I like Mac Jones. Because he reminds me of a classic quarterback, and his timing, bro. When I break his film down, like all these other quarterbacks, they got these. Alabama got the pro style offense. They bring in they facing real D linemen every day. They facing real cornerback blitzes every day. SEC, they facing real heat. The way he processes and get the ball out, bro.
They're the best, though, Doug.
I get that. I get that.
Because if you look back at SEC quarterbacks, they don't do well, right? Ain't that the?
They don't transition.
Ohio State's neither.
Yeah, I mean, what about BYU? Steve Young.
You got one. Hey, we talking quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but But it's not even so much of that, Hawk, about the competition. It's so much like how fast he's getting the ball out of his hands in these quick pocket situations. All the other quarterbacks, it's just pitch and catch, it seems like. You know what I'm saying? A lot of their highlights is pitch and catch. Roll out, it's open, downfield, I'm pitching, catching.
Yeah.
But that can be taught. Oh, I'm not going to draft a guy that's released the ball fast. The other shit can be taught. If I got guys more athletic, his ball release is not right now getting out the way I want to do, but when he get it, I'll get it right. You know what I'm saying? Because each level,
that's
they feel better.
Nah, I think that's just different though. But what you call there, like you can't teach speed and athleticism. I don't think you can teach what Mac Jones has. Like that time, like he is just in him in his innate ability to get it out of his hand. Like and like when you watch it, bro, it give me that. For me, I'm probably gonna jump. You know what I'm saying, to the next question probably, but I'm a Niner fan. I'm okay with Niners taking Mac Jones. And if you look at it, if you look at it, the Shanahans did this already in Washington with RG3, and then moving back up to take Kirk Cousins in the same round. They wanted Cousins. That was their guy. So this round, we're gonna do away with all the athleticism, all the RG3-esque. We're gonna do away with that, and we're just gonna take Mac Jones, our guy, who resembles Matt Ryan more. That's what Shanahan had, and Kirk Cousins, classic pocket quarterbacks. If we can get Trevor Lawrence, they will take Trevor Lawrence. Other than that, I think it's gonna be Mac Jones, bro. I don't think it's gonna be Justin Fields. Like I really don't. I'll be shocked if it is.
Yeah, I think because especially with the Niners, with their offense, like they kind of don't need a
mover like that.
They don't need a mover because they offense and shout out to whoever, I think it's Shanahan and them. Like that offensive design is beautiful as a defensive coach.
They're awesome.
Like that offensive design is amazing, and it helps with your quarterback. Like you don't have to do too much. Like the reads and the way we creating these offenses is gonna help you. Like it's like your reads is simple. Look here, bam. It's not like a complex system where you got to drop back, you got to worry about the rush, then you got to know who's going where. It seems just, the way you explain who Mac Jones is, it seemed like that'll work for him. Get the ball out is your read and get the ball out. But I think too, Alabama quarterbacks, it could be that like he was throwing to, receivers, like what they all going in the first round, they all four. So now they playing against dudes who would probably never play football again. And so now you just throwing it now, you're throwing it to guys. So what's going to happen when there's other guys, and then your guys might not be the, your receiver
guy.
And that window not there. So that's what make it easy to release that thing. But when somebody covering them on the next page, okay,
yeah, right. Get the patty. Sack.
You had an athletic QB.
Right.
Who you taking at 3, Hawk?
Huh?
Who you taking?
You know me, man.
Who you taking?
Fields, man.
You like Fields?
I like Fields for the Niners, man. I just do, because then he give us the athletic ability too. So that's another option. Now I read option your butt if I want to. You know what I'm saying? It just adds another.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
I haven't really been watching much. Like I'm right in the NFL.
Oh, you can.
What? You do what you want to do.
Yeah, but that ain't effective, is it?
That's all the time.
Not all the time, but you throw it in one time.
One time in the playoffs, and it worked, and we go on to, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It'd be great. Because
Hey, didn't Kaepernick go 90 on y'all?
I wasn't playing though.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't playing because that shit would have been.
He would have been 90 on YouTube, bro.
It wouldn't even happen. It ain't never happened before. I've been in the game. Nobody went 90.
Listen, it happened. All you need to do it one time. Remember when you was playing? We practiced that one play But hell alone.
But nah, that was that year was the first year of that like the read option kind of quarterback running. Like he was really the first one to kind of do it.
Yeah. For sure he was.
Because I remember practicing against. I remember like thinking. I remember as a linebacker thinking like, damn, this is gonna be kind of hard to. This is different, like because if you just quarterback under center, you run power, you kind of understand where the holes is. If they run stretch or outside, you understand. But when the quarterback got the option to keep it and he can run and throw, like that's different.
Hey, and I want to tell you another thing, bro, about the Niners and Shanahan. Like, I know there was a lot of controversy around Kaepernick when Shanahan's came in. But for some reason, I just thought, like, they would entertain that a little bit more than what they did, right? And it could be the controversy that surrounded it. But then RG3 came available. They didn't mess with that. It was just a lot of running, moving quarterbacks. Even Tyrod Taylor came available. They didn't. You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm saying. There was a lot of quarterbacks that I felt like, hold on, Shanahan. Because I'm thinking Shanahan offense is a lot open, wide. We can do a lot of things with a moving quarterback, and he just won't get one. So that's what kind of got me shying away from, like, I don't think we're going to go with Justin Fields. Maybe Trey Lance, but I don't know. We'll see.
But so is the running quarterback, is that like even for the athletic quarterback, right? Tom Brady in his 40s, probably run a 7 flat in the 40. Super Bowl.
Yeah. It's not a big deal. I mean, if you can have Tom Brady that can do that and can run, like fire, like Patrick Mahomes type.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I think that's what Patrick Mahomes is. Like,
like Patrick. He can save you sometimes when Matt Jones ain't gonna be able to save you, big fella. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Teach his own. You know what I'm saying? You draft these guys, you hope that they be everything that you want to be. Sometimes.
Yeah, I just want somebody. Honestly, me personally, I don't want one of those guys. I'm only talking this because I think that's just what everybody's talking about. I want Jamar Chase. I want a big time receiver that's gonna go get the rock, along with Ayuk, along with Debo. Huh?
Where's Jamar Chase from? That's LSU.
LSU.
Yeah,
I need him. I need a big body receiver. I'm tired of these little small receivers.
No, I dig it because you got Debo that's gonna hold it down. You're short intermediate. You know what I'm saying? And then you got the other boy, Ayuk.
Yep.
That's gonna do his thing because he can stretch the field and stay across the middle too as well. Then you need but Chase not a blazer though, is he?
I think he's fast enough. That boy big and fast.
Who y'all talking
about? Jamar Chase.
Because I feel like over the middle, bro. Our digs and stuff.
LSU. Yeah, I think the Niners gonna do it. I think they prime for it.
It's a better place for them.
But they gotta. You know what? They need to sew up that defense though, because the offense is good, but it's with offenses like that, it's kind of gimmicky in a sense that you can get. I'm about to go off topic again. So I think there's like systems, and then there's like people who. How the hell do I explain this? All right, so it's like a system. I'm about to go into boxing, right? I think like Errol Spence, he a system guy. I do this. I create. Fucking up. Let's go. I don't want to lose y'all. Niners.
Right.
System. Right. System. Run the ball. We need to control this part of the clock. This is how we win. They have a system to how they win. Like if we do this, and this, and this, and this, all these things correct, we will win. But what happens if something in that system gets interrupted? Like, can you? And I don't. Yeah, can you adjust? And it's hard to adjust when your system, like, because what if too many things break down? Like you lost. What I feel like Tom Brady is he not a system. I'm just doing whatever you can't do. So I can always. I'm always adjusting to win. Like everything I do is an adjustment to win. So you can't beat me when I'm like this. Because all I got to do is find out what cripples your system, attack that, and then you lose.
Mm-hmm.
So And that's what I think the Bucks did with what's the name in the system, because I think the Chiefs are kind of a system, but they just got the one operating it, so he can do the little extra things that kind of help you out. He can roll out and throw back with his.
For example, on the ground mat. You know they tackles, bro. Like ain't nobody got. I was trying to make the tackles. He was getting his ass tore.
Yeah, true, but I just mean in terms of like system, and I think Kansas City system is just so elite because the way they design their system is hard to cripple anything.
I don't think their system is tough at all. I think with a simple pull of a hamstring, their system's down.
Their system's down.
No, that's their system, right? It's not a scheme. That's their system.
Who's hamstring? Who's hamstring got it? Is Mahomes?
No, he's talking about
receivers. They too fast.
Yeah, they hot, so people gotta respect it.
You have to respect that. Like I'm guarding Hawk. If I guard Hawk, I'm not finna guard Hawk. I'm gonna be play 10 off Hawk. Hawk gonna hit me with a whole bunch of comebacks, a whole bunch of hitches. Because I can't let him beat me deep.
Yeah.
And guess what? They still beat people deep.
They didn't beat the Bucks deep.
No, because they had stupid pressure. Because the tackles is gone. If you get that man time and had him to move around, and so when Patrick move around, he come up like he gonna run, you move up and back.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Like you can't say nothing about the tackles, but I mean that if you would have did this, then we would have been able to do what no. Tom Brady, I'm just adjusting. So if you blitzing, if I ain't got pressure, then now I know my play design needs to be this.
So you know Tom Brady not have been at the Super Bowl for real. You know that, right? Because Green Bay was just really bad. You know what I'm saying? Like Thomas and go. I hate to even speak about Thomas because he's the best guy ever. But Tom should have made it up out of that. Come on, bro. Tom threw up, man. No.
The defense came with it too.
No, the defense came through, but Aaron didn't have enough help, bro. I mean, I knew that going to that game, you got Devontae, bro. They had no help. Aaron just called Aaron in.
Aaron Jones is out. Aaron Jones is out.
Okay. So now this is a great. Where's all the players at? Who's responsible for getting help? Who's responsible for this? Why you ain't got help? It's players. Like, is it not that many? It's just not that many good players. It's only.
I mean, yeah, it's not that many good players, but there was a lot of good players on Tampa Bay. I think we time out. I'm with. If y'all want to say Tom Brady's the best, fine by me. You probably won't get it to get out of my mouth. I think Rice to go.
Who?
I think Jay Rice to go. You catch that many balls, run for that many touchdowns and yards, and you the best, right? That's my opinion. But as far as Tom Brady, bro, like you don't think Drew Brees could have did that with that team?
Absolutely.
With the Bucks?
Yeah.
No.
You don't see their offense? They were loaded.
Serious?
The Saints was loaded too. What the Saints got?
No.
They got receiver.
No. The Bucks were loaded.
The Bucks got 2 running backs, big dogs.
So the Saints running backs are better.
Okay. All right. Tight ends. The Bucks got 2 tight ends.
2 of them.
3. Bray.
We had Eric Cook though.
Bray.
Yeah.
Gronk, and then the young boy from Bama.
Okay. Who the Saints had? Jared Cook.
That's it.
Jared Cook.
That's all we know. We're gonna have to pull up the roster and see.
Hey. Then look at the receivers.
Yeah, they had receivers over there. They had 3. They had Saunders, which he was a little older. Not saying that he's not who he is, but He's a lot older. Then you had the other one, 13.
Bruh. The Bucks' worst receiver was Antonio Brown.
Come on, man.
Hey, but y'all saying it, but the Saints, they had a slot dude, a little dude. I think his name Kelly Kurt something. Fire.
Was it Antonio Brown? Was it Antonio Brown?
Better than Antonio Brown this year. Yeah, he better than Antonio Brown. He was better than Antonio Brown this year, for sure. For sure. Lil Cuz was eating. Because I play fantasy, so that's how I know.
Fantasy.
This is just the stats. Like, this ain't arguable. Like, nigga, he had more points. Like,
yeah,
so,
he did because Antonio missed 8 games.
So then you can't count him then as.
But I have 50 catches.
With that,
But you got to have 50 catches for the season?
No, the teams were very similar, bro. The teams were very similar.
All I'm saying is for Tom Brady and all that system and everything that we talk about, like, you know, it was a lot of help. You know what I'm saying? It's always a lot of help. And it's always a lot of help. But I feel you, like, if you're saying that's the system, then okay. If you're saying the whole team is a system, okay. But, you know, because it's like some glaring stats when you look at Tom Brady, like in all his 4 quarters, like all his Super Bowls, they didn't give up no points.
Yeah.
I mean, but he only scored like 3.
Yeah.
The most in all of those. So it's like, are you not? It's not. You know, it's other factors that's giving you the title.
For sure, and maybe so, right? Could it be? And we since we haven't really broke this down and did no stats, but could it be that it's because when he get the ball in the fourth quarters that he know how to run the clock? So now
he do a good job with that.
Defense is only playing 2 possessions, so you know what I'm saying? Right. Shit like that, where it's like.
But look, under his watch. I'm not even. But under his watch, we got to deflate. We got a spy. We got a flat ball. We got a spy. Wow. And we got a tuck. They tucking shirts nowadays. I'm just saying.
Wow. Here, oh man, we reaching right now. Look like Jordan on the AI crossover reach.
No, I had to get that one in, man. When it comes to Tom Brady, you know our boy LaVelle Cunningham, he a big time Pats fan, so I know if he hear this, I gotta keep my position strong. I'll be going hard on Tom Brady. I feel like he got a lot of help, but Tom the guy. He's the best driver of any machine. I'll say that.
I've been on the Patriots, fam.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
To me, I'm no lie. I've been with the Niners. I've been with the Patriots, Chargers, Titans. Those motherfuckers work their ass off over there, man. I ain't bullshitting. Like, that's some next level stuff. Or it's like even with the hurry up offense, the way that you train, the way that you eat, everything that you did over there. That's why when I watched the game, I said, these motherfuckers should never lose. I know they ain't losing. And if they do lose, I was shocked. Like, man, the Patriots lost? No. That's fake. Because I seen the way cats work. I seen the way, the meal prepping was. In Tennessee, we eating like, fish, like fried fish and shit on Fridays. Bill Brothers ain't going for that, bro. Hey, man, get you a shake, huh? You know what I'm saying? Get you this. Like, no, this is going to fuel your body the right way. You know what I'm saying? Like, boy, we used to run like crazy. Oh, and this is the springtime. Hey, listen to me. They deserve everything they got. I already done a Spygate, a flat ball. I seen it.
Hey, but putting all that in there, that does speak to how much they want to win. So I will say that. Hey, they trying to. You already spoke to how they trying to. Hey, don't eat this on Friday. Nah, just go ahead. It's too close to the game. Go ahead and get the seed. Go get it. You know what I'm saying? So
hold you accountable. Like one thing about. Like, they treated you like real professional men. You know what I'm saying? Like, they ain't holding hands and none of that, man. And, I can only imagine the season, though. You feel me? Like, and you as another person, the way that you work and run every day, you don't want to be putting that BS in your body. You don't want to be partying like you locked in.
Right.
Because they going to run, man. We was running. And that was a
That goes to show you, like, the Patriots.
The Patriot way.
The winning. right? Winning, what winning is, right? And and I feel like, even what I was talking about earlier, like, it's not about because your name is this and you got this. No, can you play football?
Yeah.
That's why you don't. And that's why people don't know. They be like, Tom Brady didn't have no help, when he was on the Patriots, right? And that was the argument I was going to make.
He did.
He did.
He did, but he didn't have known guys, but he had guys who know how to play football.
Play in that system and everything.
Play like this. When I got out of football, we're probably starting to learn the habits now that if we knew while we played right? Tom Brady played with guys like that who understood like that Mamba mentality. If I just chip at my bicep right here, it's gonna get bigger. I'm just gonna keep doing it a million times,
right?
And watch it just bomb, right? But that guy doesn't get talked about. You know what I'm saying? That guy doesn't get talked about. Like I'm gonna say a guy that we played with in college. He was like this, bruh. He just didn't have it, but he was like this. I promise you, bruh. Like my last year, Greg Van Heusen. Greg tried his ass off.
He just didn't have it.
Like hard, bro. He did everything. He took down to making a sandwich. He taught me how to make a sandwich. Dub, you got to do it like this. Look, boom, boom, boom. And I'm like, it's those guys that the Patriots have. You feel me? With little talent, that's gonna always win for you.
Because I said this, Dub, and it's hard. Because even when I was going to the Patriots, one of my OGs had told me, and I ain't gonna say his name, but he had told me, like, man, Hawk, man, there ain't no place for you, man. Don't move, man. You don't want to go there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I understood what he was saying. They working like crazy. So, if I can say this, if I could have got drafted to the Patriots, it would have helped me out tremendously. Like, absolutely, because the expectation was already here, how to be a professional and all this type of stuff. And I can't say the same for when I went to Tennessee. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't really like, nobody really showing you for real. But I feel like with the Patriots, they got a big dog in there, and you can watch them do everything. You know what I'm saying? But the man, I'm telling you, the Patriots is the real deal. I don't give a damn what nobody say. I don't give a damn about no Spygate. They the real deal. You feel me? Believe that.
I believe it for sure.
And Belichick homework, he do all his homework, bro. Like, I ain't, like this stuff ain't no fluke, bro. Just know that. You know what I'm saying? Them winning ain't no fluke.
Yeah, I believe that for sure.
I don't think winning is never a fluke. Like, it's a process behind it, man. It's a process behind it. Like Curry, like I watched Curry the other night. I'm like, bro, I know he doing. I was like, man, I wonder like how he really practice or how he really go about his life. It ain't just we just watching it, but it's something deeper that he doing. Go ahead, Dub.
No, I want to say this. Like this morning, 6 a.m., I take my son Monday, Wednesday, Friday basketball, right? So we go an hour, training, shoot, all the stuff. Then the last hour, half an hour, let them play one-on-one. So me and the other cat's dad just sit back and just let them go at it. And the younger cat that's playing, that he's playing against, is shorter, smaller, but he's talented. He's better. He's more skilled right now than my son, right? And he's killing him. Worrell's getting so mad, and Worrell won't do the necessary things to make himself win. And I'm trying to go. I'm going like, what is that? Like, you're bigger than him. Just he's doing it to you. Why won't you do it to him? Why do you feel like it's, you know what I'm saying? And the thing is like that. So the reason I said that is because there's guys like that. There's guys that got talent that don't know how to do that thing, dog. That thing. You feel what I'm saying? And the Patriots and other teams that win, you feel me? They find the guys that know how to do that thing. Whether it's like, okay, like this, when you play basketball, we play basketball. One thing that you do that I don't do, you go to you give elbows and things. I really don't like doing that, but every time you do it, everybody clears out the way. Every time. It's about whether you make it or miss it. You feel what I'm saying? At that point in time. But you doing what's necessary. It's hard to find those type of guys, bro. It's hard to find those type of guys. But when you do, you got somebody that's for a long time. And if you find a guy that has talent with that, then you got something real special.
Yeah, we know that we all know their name and they legit.
Yeah.
It's the Tom Brady's, the you know,
Yep.
James is the Kobe Bryants of the world.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Beasty Bish Podcast. I started this podcast with the hope of sharing stories of my life after the NFL, as well as share the stories of all the many amazing and interesting people I've had the pleasure of meeting throughout my career. Thank you to our producer, Sam Lutman of Painless Podcast, for making this podcast possible. Be sure to like and subscribe to the podcast and share it with others. For more information about me and the Desmond Bishop Foundation, check out my website at desmondbishop55.com.